The mainstream comic industry is one big circle jerk of just toxic positivity. And so these guys have all isolated themselves and cordoned themselves off into this spot where they don't hear from fans. They don't even know what the fans think about things. And, anytime they actually get confronted with it, because they're in their own echo chambers so much, blue sky right now, they are like, there must be something wrong with this criticism. The children are wrong, right? And so this is where Tom Taylor's been for a long, long time, and he's always complained about any sort of criticism of his work, and just whined about that online. Blocks anybody who doesn't agree with his absurdist politics that are extremely left, and that's why I call him gay Superman writer, because that's all he's going to be known for. When it all comes out down the line, is turning Superman gay for some clicks, and it didn't sell well. People didn't like it. And he can go cry about CBR now talking about it. But it's pretty interesting that you're looking at this, and it's like they're so used to Comics Beat and AIPT and CBR and IGN and all these companies just writing puff pieces and regurgitating their like little corporate press releases, and then giving all their books 9 out of 10s because they want to maintain their access and want to maintain interview access, that they can't even take any criticism whatsoever at this juncture. And that's really a sad part about the comic book industry. So it explains a lot, because I always look at these things, and my Fandom Pulse Substack here gets more views per month than Heidi McDonald's Comics Beat. It gets more than AIPT, another comic insider industry source. It gets more than like almost every comic review blog or anything like that out there. CBR does a little better, but that's because they go into mainstream pop culture, and they've been promoted by Google quite a bit. And we're going to catch up with them very soon here, just because of our reporting that nobody else will do. And it's because we don't try for access. We just write what we believe is true, and we show it, and we show receipts, and that's why people flock to our website here. It's in the description below. If you have not signed up for that, I recommend doing so. But this is what's going on in the mainstream comic industry, and it's a large reason about why we have to, of course, make our own comics and do our own things. These companies exist, and for the most part, again, just go to Comics Beat, and Comics Beat. And you look and you see it's just promotion of Big Ice Cream Man as a Image comic, SDCC Diamond Booth. These are just press releases regurgitated as articles, right? And that's all it is, and that's all these folk have dealt with for a long, long time. And then DC Comics and their publicists just send them out to these YouTube channels for interviews that get like 10 views. I was watching one interview with Scott Snyder, the Absolute Batman guy. It had 5 people in the chat watching, and there were like 4 people on screen. So I might have been the only real person in the chat watching that. And they do this intentionally because it's like they feel like they should do those interviews and be out there and like look like they're doing this press sort of stuff that really doesn't matter. But they don't want to actually answer questions from real people or real fans because they're scared to interact. Tom Taylor would be way too scared to give an interview for Phantom Pulse. He's blocked me on every platform, and I've never really interacted with the guy that much. And so it's really interesting how these guys act like this. And it's all because of the echo chamber. And if you're in an echo chamber, you're never going to refine your craft or anything like that. And that's the mainstream industry in a nutshell. So please hit the like and subscribe button. Guys, we are making our own comics ourselves over here. And this is Flying Sparks, which was mentioned by a Hugo Award-nominated editor as the best superhero story of the last decade. Really good stuff right here. And I'm posting it a page a day because I like webcomics. I think the whole business model of Marvel and DC is broken. And what I see is webcomics are going really, really well, and people are building Patreons that are robust, where you read the story and then you just support me and become a patron of the arts and things like that. And that's why I'm doing this on Substack. It's a better free speech platform. You get to read all this stuff. We have exclusive comics as well already for you. And right now I'm doing 2 exclusive comics, and you get 4 pages a month of each on there, which is, like a page a week webcomic, basically twice. So we're doing a lot of content already, and it's only going to grow and get better. So please sign up in the description below. Read Flying Sparks for free. Read the other stuff when you like it. support us, become a patron, because that is the important future here, where it becomes stable, where I can really create just art for the sake of art, because I know that I've got your backing and got your support. This is the way that webcomics works. This is the way of the future. It's away from this whole FOMO, all new #1 variant edition comic shop fake model where people aren't even reading the books. It's that's sad stuff over there. And we're making a difference. And thank you for making this huge, guys. We've hit a huge milestone with both paid subscribers and unpaid subscribers this week, and I appreciate you for signing up on this. It's in the description below. So as I said, the comic book industry, they're very thin-skinned, and they can't take any criticism. And Tom Taylor and Ron Mars exemplify this after CBR posted an article saying that some of the certain creations are mid. And this is pretty funny. You see on the CBR article. Now, if you don't know, comic book news really doesn't get clicks at all because nobody reads comic books anymore. They've stopped doing this. And so what a lot of these companies do now is these listicle articles, what they're called, where they put lists out there. They're low effort. They're easy to, of course, generate via AI. And so they can put them out there, and then people click on them because 10 highly regarded DC comics that are actually mid. Well, you have your own ideas immediately of what books should be on there or not, and so you start reading it, like looking for those books and looking for what other people are saying about that, and so you click on that pretty easily, right? 10 Superman, things that, if you want to watch James Gunn's Superman, you need to read right now. Well, and then you go and you read it. Not only that, but you give it engagement because you always if they forgot John Byrne's Superman, you go, what about John Byrne's Superman, right? And so it gets people to comment because people, of course, want to present their own lists, right? So that's why listicles work so well and is a big staple of mainstream news media. And all that. We should probably do some based listicles ourselves and counter this stuff. But it is what it is. So pretty interesting. Doomsday Clock, a misguided follow-up to this was a Watchmen sequel. It was terrible. And yes, Batman White Knight isn't actually saying anything new. Yes, this is the most overrated thing ever. Yep. Current Wonder Woman, that's Tom King's Wonder Woman, lacks character. Yes, it does. It just reads like Tom King. Crisis on Influence. So this is where it goes. So I just agreed with 3 of them. This one's a classic, right? A bit of a slog. I highly disagree with this, and I need to voice my opinion on it now. See how they get you? And this is all intentional. I don't even know. This person might not even believe any of this about any of these, but he's putting a classic in with some modern stuff and mixing it up so that somebody's going to get offended by certain things, and somebody's going to agree with certain things, and they're going to get a very passionate debate in the comments so that they get a lot of engagement. That's all it's about. And by the way, most of these companies monetize their comment sections as well. That's what another thing that people don't realize. So Superman, what's so funny about the truth? Okay, I don't even know that comic book. So there you go. 3 Jokers was too convoluted, and there's that one there. New 52, Justice League hurt fans' opinions of the team. I like that run too. Flashpoint is strangely the definitive Flash story, and that's pretty funny, and it shouldn't be the tale that's most known for. Look at this one. Hush is a beloved book with major flaws. So they put this up at number 2 to really get people going because everybody loves Hush. And then Injustice: Gods Among Us is terrifically overrated. Now, it isn't quality comic book content. And it is, and what they're saying is they're overrated. They're mid, right? And mid has become weirdly an insult where in the slang it just means poor quality. But really, if you look at what mid means for real, it's a 7 out of 10. It's okay. It just really didn't deserve that kind of hype. And as far as Injustice goes, yeah, it is a adaptation of a video game that the Justice League's evil now. Oh, wow, what a concept. Not only that, but it's been done in Mark Waid's Kingdom Come and the before. So it's this is nothing new. And then Tom King's regurgitating a video game. It is the definition of just adaptation. So it is mid, right? And so that's pretty funny on that level. And so he got really mad about this. And as you can see right here, he said, "Comics media, we value and appreciate you. You can choose to be better than this." And so he's saying that comics media should not criticize comics and that they should not say that there's comics that are bad. They should only say that comics are good. They should only be out there being positive about the comic book industry. And this is what he wants the media to be. And it's because he's so used to having a media that is his puff piece, that is his propaganda piece, that's his marketing arm, because these guys can't even market themselves. And, it's not like Tom Taylor's creating anything. He's taking Nightwing and adding a gay female couple friends with him, and Superman, but he's gay now. Wolverine, but it's a girl now. In Justice League, but they're bad now. It's like, Tom Taylor's not like a top tier writer. He's the definition of mid, right? He can get things done on time. And if, DC Comics didn't have a scary little blacklist thing of political people that they try to like just shove out of the industry, like myself, I'd be able to come out with those monthly comics pretty regularly anyway and do it like that. But the cool thing is I get to create my own characters that actually develop, that actually change, that the stories actually matter. I guess that's the difference between me and Tom Taylor. But he's so used to having this whole industry just promote that. CBR is never going to write an article about my stuff. They're not allowed to, right? They'd lose their DC Comics access just for doing that. That he doesn't even realize like how much of a sad, pathetic bubble he's in, and because he's isolated himself from anybody else outside that has any sort of different opinions on everything. And that's what the comic industry's done across the board. That's why they can't tell stories that actually resonate or matter or develop. There's no vision whatsoever. There is only their little echo chamber where everybody in it just tells them everything is great all the time. And even as the comic shops are burning and shutting down all around them, they don't even notice it. They're in their la-la land. And that's what he wants. That's what he wants the industry to be. And he's calling for them to do that here. Ron Mars, again, another person in the industry right there. Ew. Why? Because they criticize some comic books. So if you look at Tom Taylor, this was on Blue Sky right here. And I believe Comics Media We Value. I think he deleted it already. Yeah, he deleted this because I found it yesterday and posted it on X. And the best part is all of these guys read Fandom Pulse. All of these guys read my Twitter. All of these guys watch my videos. And once I start to notice something like this, you could see now he deleted it. It's gone now because he didn't want to be seen that he did have thin skin, that he was just saying any criticism is kind of bad of our content right now. And that's really, really funny that he was scared of that after that was going there. But yeah, we saw it. We called it. I've screenshotted it. You can't hide from the internet, Tom Taylor. It's forever. And, maybe get outside of your box sometime. I challenge you. Email me, Tom, because you're watching this. Come on the channel. Do an interview. Let's talk about this and actually drill into some of your bad ideas and defend them because that would be very fun content. And you know what? If you actually have real defenses that work very, very well and you come off well, you'll probably gain some fans. That's something the comic industry probably needs at this point. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Please hit the like and subscribe button. And guys, for some great comics that are absolutely free to read, get on my Substack. It's in the description below. And, of course, love the paid subscribers. Really appreciate you for being here. We've got exclusives. Support an alternative to Marvel and DC Comics. We're walking the walk. We're making comics. We're getting stuff out there. We're building new business models. We're innovating. And this is where it's at, my friends. Thanks for being here. I also have a web store in the description below if you want to check out some paperback books. We'll be back soon.